Good morning from Bismarck, North Dakota. I'm not kidding. That's where I'm at right now. Bismarck, North Dakota. I've never been to North Dakota. So far, it's very rainy and gray. And there ain't a lot to look at. But I could be wrong. I've just seen 400 miles of I-94. I don't know if they just don't have good billboard people out here or if it just affects the view to put them up. But all I saw for miles was just fields. Just plains and fields, and it's flat. That was it. And I thought, why didn't they have a billboard or something? I thought, well, it probably affects the view. If you've ever drove through North Dakota to get to Bismarck, it's a lot like driving through Ohio, but worse. It's just a lot of nothing. I mean, no offense to y'all, but, you know, in Kentucky we have, like, hills and hollers and trees and stuff to look at. Out here it's just like, I mean, literally land as far as you can see and nothing on it. You can tell I'm in culture shock this morning. I don't know, I guess I expected, I don't know what I expected. I guess I expected buffalo to be run across the prairie and me to see a covered wagon or something, but I didn't see any of that. I did stop. Okay, let's just go over the last 36 hours, okay? We rolled out of West Virginia on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Drove. Sean drove the first leg all the way up through West Virginia, all the way across Ohio, all the way into Indiana, and we stayed with my buddy Heather. Thank you, Heather, for giving us rest, because I was tired, and I did not want to find a hotel that late at night. So thank you so much for housing us. There was room at your inn, and I appreciate it. I love Heather. I love that she's a friend. I love that she's a fan. I love that she's a fan club president. And I could be like, hey, I'm coming through your neighborhood. Can we crash on your couch? She's like, better than that. I got your bedroom. I was like, thank you. So we got up way early in the morning. Hello, Beth. Way in the early yesterday morning. And like, Sean got up to pee at like 4 o'clock. And he was like, let's just roll. And I was like, okay, ready. Let's go. So we rolled up. And I drove from 4:30, no, I don't lie, 4:45. 4:45 until 10 a.m. And that took us through the rest of Indiana, all the way through Illinois, and then to Wisconsin. I love Wisconsin. I love my people in Wisconsin. I love Chuck and Diane. I love Blaze and Cammy. I love Madonna. I love Hannah. I love my whole Wisconsin bunch. I love them. I've never had any qualms with Wisconsin people. And I did get me a fun magnet from your state. Oh, sorry. I think that's so funny. It's probably the way they feel about us in West Virginia when we have shirts that say West by God. You know, like, I just think that's funny. Oh, sorry. They were so funny at that Sheets. And all I wanted was some cheese and a magnet. And I didn't get no cheese. They didn't have the kind I liked. It was a small gas station. So anyway. Then Sean Darling drove till we got into Beaver Creek. Don't make fun, that's the name of the town. And then we switched about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's pouring rain. That was right before we got to Wisconsin, wasn't it? Yeah, that was going through Rockford. It was raining through Chicago. I've yet to be to that town when the weather's fair. I don't think the weather's ever fair in Chicago. Instead of calling it in the windy city, they should call it the stormy city. Every time I go to Chicago, it rains. I've never seen it sunshine in Chicago. Diane, thank you. And speaking of hats, I've got 3 more with me. So get on the website, and I'm starting to do it again. I've got chickens again, so I'm doing hats again. Anyway, but thank you. I've spotted like 3 of my hats in the wild in the past couple months. I'm like, that's one of mine. But there might be some people up here in North Dakota and Montana that won't want to. Could you imagine seeing somebody being like, I know that hat. Wouldn't that be cool? Anyway, so finally last night, we got as far as, where were we at? Where were we at before this? We were in Wisconsin. When I say I've been to Wisconsin, I've been like in the bottom. Like I've been down here. I've been down in the glacial region, but I've never been up here in the North Woods. But anyway, apparently there's regions like there is in Kentucky. But anyway, we went in through like right here, and then we went like we just cut the corner, and we went through Eau Claire and St. Cloud, which I sang that stupid Trisha Yearwood song the whole way through St. Cloud. On a bus to St. Cloud, Minnesota, and I was like, she must have kept going because I don't see nothing to look at near her by the bus station. I don't know. I guess it's just we don't have a lot of space to put a lot of stuff, so we just shove it all by the interstate because there's so many hills and hollers. So you just see a bunch of stuff when you drive through like Kentucky and West Virginia. But out here, they're like, it's going to mess up the view. Cracks me up. I'm not dogging another state. I'm just talking visually, weather-like. I'm not picking on the state. But I kind of see why Christy Nome was in charge of this place, because there's only like 5 towns. But anyway, I'm just saying, you know, you get 5 or 6 people at court days, and it's bigger than the towns I've been through, you know, like, but this is little bitty. And I just was thinking, like, back in the old days, like you know, when we were trying to discover this land, colonize it, and I got thinking about it. It's like, imagine all them fur trappers that got, like, down here from Canada, and they were like, well, this is great. This is flat, and there's water, and we can get stuff done. We can build. We wouldn't have to clear. And they just kept going and going and going. And you imagine how crazy nuts they must have went when they saw Rockies. They were like, well, we can't build there. We have to go back here and build where it started cleared. I just get tickled. I was like, you just look around, and all of a sudden, there'll just be like a random buffalo statue. And you're like, okay. And then you'll be driving along and be like, tree! And you get so excited about the tree that you see. There's only one. Tree! Huh? Which I stopped taking a picture. Pretty sure we drove through the National Forest of North Dakota. It's about 5 trees. I'm just picking on North Dakota. I've only been halfway through it. I ain't even been over there by Jamestown and rolling into, well, we've been through Jamestown. We haven't been through Dickinson. I'm on I-94. There's probably more to look at, but there ain't on I-94. And then they take it down to 1 lane for like 30 miles, and you're like, but for why? Ain't nobody out there working. Ain't nobody out there doing nothing. We just drive across it slower. They don't want you to miss nothing, I guess. I bet that's it. I bet it's a tourist promo, but I just don't want you to miss nothing. So, Sean said, I got us a hotel room in Bismarck, North Dakota, which was 218 miles away from where we were. Well, if you drive any, that's about a 3.5 hour trip, even if you're booking it. What's the weather like out here? It's rainy. Look, it's just rain. There's not a sky here. It's just gray. So far, 3 days of driving, or 2 days of driving, and I'm like, does the sun live this far north? I haven't seen him at all. I do know that it didn't get dark till like 10:15 last night, and that freaked me out. And then I thought, oh no, wait, they're on Central Time. So. And they ain't got no mountains to block the sun. So, I mean, it was light right up until it was dark. You know, like there was no like kind of getting dark, kind of going down. No, it was just daylight, daylight, daylight. Okay, everybody's home, dark. Like it was just that quick. Dude, Dan, okay. Valley City has been my favorite part of the drive so far, because when you drive through, okay, because it's the most beautiful city in North Dakota. It said so on the 3 billboards that I saw going through town, okay? So you're driving along and there's nothing for miles, just nothing. And all of a sudden you dip down in this valley and it's like civilization opened up. It felt like you was just riding down in the middle of Pikeville, Kentucky. Like all of a sudden there's lights and there's cars and there's trees and there's hills, and oh my God, it was beautiful. They didn't have any hotel rooms available. Apparently there was some big stuff going on at Valley City this week. So we just kept right on trucking through, but it was beautiful. Oh God, it was beautiful. Just that one little like, you just are, what? Like what? Huh? You're like, then it goes away. And then it goes away. That's true. I got to get back to West Virginia. Oh, I have bad news to report. One of our little silkies has passed. We were gone about 20 minutes, and my neighbor called, and he said, so I don't know how it happened, but one of the Silkies is dead. I said, I have not even left the Taze Valley region, and I haven't even got up 35 yet, and one of my chickens is already dead. And he said, well, it got under the wrong fence when it came back from free range, and a dog ate it. And I was like, oh, God. Hang on. That's not me. That's this guy pulling out beside me, and I don't want him to hit my car door. He could have got mad about me talking shit about North Dakota. I'm not talking shit about North Dakota. I want to look at something while I'm here. And so far, I ain't got to see much. So, you know. But, we're on our way to Montana today, which we got another 5-hour drive to where we're headed, which apparently out here is just down the road. You can see it from here, but it's still 5 hours away. Oh, I should have told Faith just to shoot up a flare, and I'll be like, there she is. Ha, ha, ha. I mean, it's flat. It's flat. It's flat as I was in 12. Like, you know, like, it's like maybe if I watered them, they will grow. And then they did, you know. So that's how flat it is out here. It's kind of like a 12-year-old that's stuffing her bra. Every now and then you're like, whoop, little mountain. And you're like, oh, that's it. See, Beth, you get it. Mountains and then boom, Pikeville. That's it. Big gate around it, hope it don't flood. So that's Pineville. Pikeville, big, go down in it. Hope it don't flood. Get up. My niece went to Pack. So, I got something else yesterday. Super exciting. Man, that exhaust is going right in my car door and making me kind of whoopy. I got this pen. Oh, I better take the tag off of it. It don't matter. I got this pen. It's a boxing trump. And it was in Minnesota. They weren't very friendly about it when I bought it. But I was like, I gotta have that. And they're like, really? And I was like, oh, y'all are up here in Walls country, ain't you? Sorry that he lost the vice president, but he's an idiot. So anyway.
Don't touch the hair.
Wait. You can't hear it. Okay, ready?
I'm gonna build a wall. Make America great again. My IQ is huge. Good people don't go into government. I'm the smartest guy I know. Don't touch the hair.
That right hand's kind of being...
My IQ is huge.
I know if you messed with it too much, he'd... There we go.
Smartest guy I know. Make America great again.
Well worth the $4 in Minnesota.
Good people don't go into government.
Telling you, the best $5 I've spent on this trip.
I'm the smartest guy I know. I'm gonna build a wall. Make America great again.
See? Oh, sorry.
Never forget 7-Eleven.
What? You never said that. See, now see, somebody's making that up. Anyway, I wanted him to go, they don't know what they're doing. That's going to be the new one. Maybe we can, like, there's a snake in my boot. Like, I don't know, like a cowboy trap. Like, it'd be really funny. Anyway, but that's the best money I have spent on this trip. And one of his arms is out of whack. And I told Sean, I said, you go too hard with it, and it's going to break his little... He got too wound up playing with it yesterday.
Don't touch the hair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build a wall.
It's still the greatest thing I've spent money on. So, what ifs? Worth $5 just to give you a tickled laugh. I appreciate that you're also trying to smoke your cigarette, but your exhaust is blowing right into my truck, and that causes asphyxiation. I mean, literally, the smoke is pouring out of this truck and just coming at my window. And I want to smoke a cigarette, and I can't because there's smoke on the outside, too. North Dakota. I thought maybe he was getting ready to back out, and then I could open my door again and smoke a cigarette with you. Does he not know that we're doing cigarette, Mom? Hello? Do you not know me yet? I better go give him a sticker. Oh my God. Everybody's losing their damn minds over that F-bomb. I'm like, of all the things in all the world to bitch about, if I was 79 years old and I was running the country and I kept getting grief from literally every single person, I'd lose my... Hell, I had 50,000 followers and you all call me a transvestite, and I lost my shit on y'all the other day on Facebook. Somebody's like, you've got to calm down or I'm going to quit following you. Quit being mean. Quit being mean to people that are doing things. Quit being mean to people who have more power and more publicity than you. Quit. If you think this job is easy, then by God, you do it. If you think his job's easy, then run. I was telling Sean that. I said, no one's talking about the fact, they call Trump a felon and they call him a crook and they call him a failed businessman or whatever. But no one wants to pay attention that he's also a woman beater. He beat Hillary, he beat Kamala. I mean, some might call that a woman beater. I'm just kidding. I'm just thinking of all the crazy shit that they say about him. I'm like, y'all missed the most obvious pun of all time. He just proved why you can't put women in boys' sports and boys in girls' sports, because Trump will beat you. You just can't. You can't do it. Dude, I really want to smoke a cigarette. And you're making it hard sitting there in your 1994 Chevy Silverado choking some DEF in my throat. Now I can't find my lighter, so maybe the Lord's against me about smoking today. Where's my... Never mind. I found it. I'm telling you... Now I have to go down to this other side. Seriously? Just wanted to have my cigarette and talk to y'all. But no, there's always got to be somebody blowing smoke in my face. That ain't me. I did pick up a road map of North Dakota. That's the prettiest part of North Dakota, and I took a picture of it. The rest of it was rainy and flat. Now I have to get on the driver's seat and rearrange my camera because Cowboy Fred over here. Now we can talk. Please don't freak out. I have on shorts. I just can't sit very ladylike in this truck right now. He's just sitting there, minding his own. Anyway. So we are headed to Culbertson, Montana today. It's right on the edge of Montana. Barely in Montana. But we're going. Very much looking forward to that. Gonna go see my friend Faith, who's brought us out here for a big show, so I'm super excited. I haven't seen her in a couple years. And she's bringing me that big, huge horse to ride. I can't remember what he's called. I know his name's Bigfoot. I just can't... Is he a Frisian? Is that what they're called? He's like a 17, 18 hand horse. Like, he's a big horse, and his feet are as big as my head. Is that a Frisian? One of you horse people will know. But anyway, he's huge. And I got to ride him 5 years ago when I had my mohawk at a big horse ride and take some pictures of him, with me and him. And I love that horse. And he's still around. So she's brought Bigfoot for me to ride. I'm so excited. I get to ride a horse in Montana with my hat on. Come on. Come on. Good day for everybody. Poor Sean's on camera duty, but because of his shoulder, he can't haul himself up on a horse. So I guess I'll be the Lone Ranger today when we ride. But yeah, it's what it is. But so far, I'm not going to bitch. We have had good traveling conditions as far as getting us here safe. We've not had good weather conditions. We've had good traveling conditions. Please understand that. But I kind of want to know, is any of y'all out here? Does anybody live out here in North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Wisconsin, Minnesota? Did you know that I didn't even bother to look at a map? I didn't know that Minnesota was separated from Michigan by Wisconsin. I never had a reason to look up. And I was like, I didn't realize this was far apart. I thought they were next door neighbors like Bruce and Granny, but this is like Granny and Mama Markham. Like, they got a couple houses between them. I'm telling you, you don't realize how big this country is until you try to drive across it. You don't realize what things really look like if you just take it for everybody else's word. So get out there and see the world. But anyway, so we're in Montana till Sunday, and then we're coming back through Wyoming to go to Devil's Tower, and then we're coming back through South Dakota to go to Mount Rushmore and Sturgis and Rapid City and Deadwood. And then we swing down to La Platte, Nebraska for a show, and then we got to run through Manhattan, Kansas, and then we go either up, I don't know if we're going up or over. Depends on what the weekend looks like, or what the week looks like. But then I know we are back in, is it Bayse, B-A-Y-S-E, Virginia, up near the Harper's Ferry area on July the 4th. We're going to be at Pale Fire Brewing for the 4th of July show. So, I am literally traveling from one end of the country to the other this week. But if you're out and about and you see the big grave robber, and it says cemetery on it, and the grave robber's the big F-250, you see us rolling down the road, just beep, honk, you know, whatever, we'll give you a sticker. But if you know anybody out here, or if you're out here, be like, hey, SB, I'm pretty close by. It'd be really cool. A few things I need to pick up while I'm out this far west. I want to get a new hat. I want to get some cheese from Wisconsin. I want to get some party favors from Illinois. And then, you know, head back that way. I want to experience this part and, like, see as much as I can in the next couple of days. But Sean Darwin said I have to have a bed to stretch out in because he's been folded up 3/4 size over here in the passenger seat for like 10 hours of the trip yesterday. I drove for like 12 straight hours yesterday. Just couldn't stop. Oh, East Tennessee. Tracy Joe, listen, I'll be at Cookville August the 16th at the Roasted Hemp Company doing a big show. So, East Tennessee. Now, you know. Oh, and in other news, we got picked up by Hoochie Hooch Moonshine in Alabama. One of my buddies, Joe, he's endorsing the SBT thing. They're inventing a new flavor and everything, which is awesome. And I said, you know, I don't drink anymore, but I could sure sell moonshine. I have been a bootlegger. He said, good, because I'm gonna put your picture on one of these bottles. I was like, well, then I'll put a picture of one of those bottles on one of my trailers. He was like, done. So look forward to that. Hoochie Hooch Moonshine. Morning. That was a Vikings fan from Minnesota. Right? Did I get it right? I'm telling you, I feel like a fish out of water up here. And I sat down to order supper last night, and she couldn't understand anything I was saying. I said, I'll have a cup of coffee with a lot of cream. She goes, what? I said, I'll have a cup of coffee with a lot of cream. And she went, I said, y'all got cows up here? She went, yeah. I said, run out back, milk one, put it in my coffee, bring it out here. She goes, what are you asking for to drink? And I said, coffee. C-O-F-F-E-E, coffee. She goes, coffee. And I was like, that's the word I just said. Took her 30 minutes to figure out that I was trying to say I wanted a patty meal with bison meat. And she was like, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm like, we're in the same country and you're having this kind of a hard time. I speak English like my native language. So, we just had a piece of pie and a cup of terrible coffee. Terrible, terrible. Like the worst coffee I've ever had. And I told him, I said, don't order supper here because they don't understand us and they might bring us something weird. So let's just go somewhere else. So we ate at Hardee's because they did understand what I said. 2 hot ham and cheeses. And they went, okay. I know that I have an accent. I know that I have a really thick draw and I sound like a banjo being tooed every time that I open my mouth. But I am pretty smart to talk like this. And everybody always thinks that this accent means that you're an idiot. No. It doesn't. Just because you talk slow don't mean that you're dumb. I just think that what I have to say has a little more sugar dripping out of it than if you had just scraped it off the bottom of the coffee pot and poured it in a cup. That's all I'm saying, you know. It's hard to be a Southerner in the North. It's hard to be a Southerner anywhere. Because everybody looks at you like you're some kind of racist bigot who has an IQ of your shoe size. I'm like, I have 3 degrees from a private liberal arts university. I have an IQ higher than most of your credit scores. I'm not bragging. I'm just super friggin' smart. Can't help it. Born this way. Shit. If I was skinny, people would hate me. So I'm heavy set. Lord, don't give with both hands. If I was smart and funny and talented and pretty and skinny, I have no friends to talk. Gotta keep it even, you know. I'd rather have a couple extra meats on my bones and not freeze to death in the winter, than be dumber than a turkey. I just, you two pick your battles, Keep hearing somebody pilfering. I don't know what they're pilfering at. Anyway. So we're in Bismarck, North Dakota. And I always want to say it's Bisquick, North Dakota, but that's not it. Bismarck. And there's a hidden C in there that you forget about, so don't forget about that. Bismarck. North Dakota. As I was driving across North Dakota. If you was in my family, you had to talk faster. You get a word in edgewise, especially if my Aunt Snooks was talking too. You had to talk louder and faster than her. And then when she started working for the Kentucky School of the Deaf, it was like being around somebody who was... She was talking 100 miles an hour, and I couldn't keep up. Couldn't do it. It's like that one time, and I'll show it to you because it's only funny if you got this. My Aunt Snooks was asking my mom, if you work with deaf people, if you work with hearing impaired people and you learn sign language, you tend to do it all the time. I talk with my hands and it don't mean nothing except to people that can hear, But she'd be like, Sarah Beth, how was your breast surgery for your tumor? And I'm like, well, the doctor brought a scalpel and then cut me open. I was like, I just know interpretive dance, Snooks. Can't do sign. The only sign I know is vulgar things, and everybody can understand them whether or not they're deaf or not. So, I don't know. I will talk with a cigarette in my hand to make an emphatic point, but in no way is it to be misconstrued as an alternate form of language. Just saying. I almost hit that car, and I didn't. I hit my own toe when I grabbed it out. That hurt. I thought it was going to swing open and hit the car. It didn't. It hit my foot. Ow. Anyway, one more cigarette, and then we got to get. But listen, if you're watching me, hello, get a sticker or a pic or something, listen to a song. Pick out a song that you like. There's 106 of them. 106. I don't know any other independent artist that ain't making no money that's got that many songs on iTunes. So, just listen to one or two and make tens of cents. And please make a plan to come to one of the shows so we can meet in real life and smoke a cigarette and hang out on the porch, So, we're going to be in Montana tomorrow till Sunday. Today through Sunday. And then we're weaving our way back. Friday the 4th, we're in Virginia. Friday the 11th, we're in Campton, Kentucky, in the Red River Gorge. And then you'll have to look at my website because I don't remember what else is going on. But if you don't see us near you and you want to, holler. Really easy to get a hold of. My number's listed on my Facebook page. Like, literally. For everybody to talk as much shit as they do, I'm like, you know that you have my phone number, right? No? You don't have the balls to call me in real life and say this stuff? Then shut up. Don't put it on my page, Pam. I don't know who Pam is, but she's been kind of pissed off on about 3 of my videos in the last couple of days. I'm like, Pam, we need to send you a sticker and a CD or something and get you out of this. You're just in a bad mood. But, hi, Tracy. Oh, good morning. It is a beautiful day, but not a beautiful weather day. Like, I'm just thankful to be on this side of the ground and be this far west. I crossed the Continental Divide. Did y'all know that? Past the sign says you're now crossing the Continental Divide. And I went, well, now I can say I've done that. It's true. It's where it's split the continent right in half, the Continental Divide. It's neat. But I've seen the northern states, minus Michigan, which I'll see eventually, but now I'm going to weave my way back around when we come back. And I'm just picking up fun stuff like magnets and stickers and Trump pants and t-shirts, because I'm a tourist. If I'm on tour, then I'm going to be a tourist. That's my favorite thing. For several years, I was like, I'm just here to work, and I got to get to work. And now I'm like, I'm 41. Whenever else am I going to get to come to Bismarck, North Dakota? I want to see something. I might go up to the Capitol and take my pictures on the steps. I don't know. I'm going to find that buffalo down there at exit 258, who's apparently the biggest one in the world, but yesterday it was closed. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff that we could do. So if you know anything about what to do in North Dakota on our way to Montana today, it'd be fun to know about. If it's more grass and hills, though, I've seen it. I know exactly what that looks like. Seen it for like 5 solid hours yesterday. I'm like, they should put like some of them windmills up here or something. There's nothing to look at. Ah, yay, Beth. It's the fires. What fires? I didn't see a fire. I've seen nothing but rain and clouds. You know, they claim that shit, like it'll get hazy in West Virginia when there's a fire in Canada. And I'm like, then why ain't it smoky in Canada? You know, we get through Chicago and there's fires in Canada. And I'm like, but it's clear here in Chicago. And then it started to rain. I'm like, you never know. I would like to see the sky. They say Montana's got a big sky. I'd like to see it. So far, it's just gray. But anyway, I'm going to go get... Oh, Tanya, I'm sorry that you're in the hospital. I'll be praying for you. Hope it's all right. But I better go get Sean Darling up and take our showers and get all dolled up for the day and go find my boots. I've been wearing my Crocs to travel in. It's not cute. I don't look cute when I travel. I look homeless when I travel. Does anybody else look homeless when they travel? You get out of a rest stop and you see another woman that looks like you and you're like, you want a cigarette? Like, you just get it. Oh, if I go through Kansas, thank you, Laurel. The only place I'm going in Kansas is Manhattan because that's where I started my life. My parents were at Fort Riley, Kansas, so I started my life in Manhattan, Kansas for a couple years before we moved back to Kentucky. I was born in Kentucky, but Mom flew home and had me in Kentucky, and then they went back to Kansas. She was going to let me be born in Kansas. She's like, she's going to be born in Kentucky. But anyway, I spent the first couple years of my life in Kansas. Don't remember none of it, but I have pictures of it, and I'd like to have a picture of it as an adult so I can remember it, you know? Like, oh, this is the house that Mom and Daddy started out in. I think that's cool. The currents from up north. Hellur. Hellur. So, anyway. I am going to do all the fun stuff that we need to do and get done with and get on the road. Because we're 4/5 of the way through our journey. I have split it into, no, I'm lying. We're 5/6 of the way. I split it into 6 5-hour sections. And we've accomplished 5 of those sections. We've got 1 more section left. So, it comes straight in Kentucky. It really does. But up here, you'd think they get a lot more smoke, but maybe it's the wind. Maybe it's blowing it south and not out here. I don't know. It's just weird. That's true, Beth. Down there, it was hazy as can be, and a lot of that's because it's so dead burn hot and because of the smoke. Up here, it's just rainy, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm learning. I'm learning about our great country. Figure out where y'all are from. Figure out where my people are watching from. I'm going to go out and visit. Hello. So, but I do have to get off here and get my toothbrush and my makeup and look like something. And when we get back on here later with Sean, I promise you I'll look human. But it is only 7:30 in the morning in North Dakota. Oh, you lived I hope, of course you lived in Wisconsin, Minnesota. They do have a deep-seated belief in Minnesota. The lady did tell me, I bought a pack of $17 cigarettes. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself calling yourself American and charging $17 for Marlboros. But I said, you sure don't like the smoker up here? She said, we don't like Southerners up here either. And I was like, oh, you're really going to hate it when you find out that I voted for Trump. Oh, the woman at the gas station did just let me know that I needed to get the hell on out of town before the sun set on my ass because they did not like Southerners. And me with a West Virginia tag, we would be targets. I'm like, in Minnesota? We're going to do unleash a bear on me? Like, what are you doing, you know? But they do not use simile. Like, at all. At all. At all. See, hope you get me. I need to call you. This is why I need like a translator up here. They did not think I was funny. Oh no, St. Pete took a big storm. I'm so sorry, Dawn, but I'm glad you're having coffee this morning. At least that's a good sign. Hello, Pam, watching from Kentucky. Hello, Beth. Hello, Melissa. Loving it. See, this is what the Cigarette Mom's all about. No matter where we're at, we're on a porch together somewhere, right? So, well, that's all I know from this side of the mountain. That's funny, because there is no mountain. I'm from the plains. Sarah Plain and Tall. But, anyway, I'm in the plains. I'm in the northern plains. I don't know what the hell this area is called, apparently. I'm bad on my geography. I've only been a handful of places that's not in the South. And, you know, I've been all over the world. But I'm like, as far west, I'm like, I've been to Vegas and I've been to Arizona. And now I've been to Montana. So excited. So, you know, just clicking off the states one at a time. I think I've been to like 23 of the 50 states. It's not bad. It's about half. I'm getting there. So, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. I'm enjoying that it's kind of chilly. Like, I haven't been able to wear a sweatshirt since February in West Virginia. It's been hot. So, I've got about 3 dogs left. But the whole point was just to say good morning to you and tell you about, you know, where I'm at and tell you where we're going. And, you know, the way you can keep an eye on the news in case they say some crazy country music singer is taking over the All-Tech Arena. And, you know, oh, yeah, well, if I don't like how something's being run, there's a real good chance that I'll get up and commandeer it. I'm too old to sit through bad entertainment, through bad church services, through bad music, through bad speaking. I'll be like, no, get down. Try it out, tap out. I'll identify as whatever you're doing because you're bad at it. I've seen me do it. Anyway, well, that's it. I love you guys. I miss you guys. I will be back east soon. In the meantime, catch up with me on SarahBethTerry.com and download one of the new singles, please. Listen to it. Tell me what you think. Even if you hate it, tell me what you think. You know? Because nobody tells me, so I don't know. So, call your radio station, request it. If they're like, who? Be like, oh my God, this is your chance to tell them about me. So, I'm telling you, when I get famous, everybody will know it. All right, well, I love you, and I mean that. Keep your Bible open and your powders dry and your head on a swivel because you never know what's going on in the world today. I hope that wherever you are, that you are loving life and loving the people around you. It's a pretty bird. Anyway, but I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you again. And in the meantime, remember, I'm Sarah Beth Terry, and you're not. Bye.